Hello guys, welcome back to another episode review of Eastenders for 22nd August 2023. You know what, I really thought Eve might be friends with Kaz Johnston. I know it's an unlikely thing and she should never do that, but just the way the episode was going, I really thought she's gonna make amends with Kaz. Obviously she didn't mean to kill, the lady didn't mean to kill Eve's twin, Erica Unwin. But at the end of the day, it's too much wounds. Eve did the right thing by saying, you know what, get out. I don't want to see you ever again. That's probably the best, because he just raked up a lot of hurt and what she went through in the past. Yeah, it's just been too bad. I really felt sorry for her. I'm kind of glad Stacey fighted her corner a bit, especially by stopping Kaz from going to the police, because obviously Eve almost killed her. And I don't know, I think I can sort of see as a viewer that Eve probably feels a little bit of tension release, probably like at 1%, right? The fact that she's managed to get her hands on this person who's accidentally killed her sister, and obviously she's upset because she was drunk. Kaz became drunk and then went behind the wheel. That's why Eve's so upset. Whereas yesterday's episode, or part 1, where it showed that Eve, she kind of accepted it because she was thinking that it was a total accident and she didn't know anything about the Kaz drinking before she went behind the wheel. A lot of stuff going on. Suki is obviously fighting a corner. The only thing that I really didn't like was when Stacey sometimes has a go at Eve, and even in today's episode, just having a go at her, you know what, saying that she's got a lot to deal with, blah blah blah, like Stacey hasn't really, caused massive dramas and gave Eve a lot of stress. I don't know, I do think there is some sort of I think Stacey does think the world revolves around the Slaters a bit, and Eve's just there to serve them, and she will be there for Eve just a little bit. And she knows it as well, because she's admitted to Kaz that Eve has been so loyal to them. But at the end of the day, friendship is not just loyalty. It's about showing loyalty back and a bit of love back, and not throwing off the handle the minute your best friend, or who you consider family, has a bit of a breakdown herself. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I really feel that friendship is very one-sided, and Eve's doing a lot of loyalty there, service to the Slaters. She's been absolutely a rock to the Slaters. Even Jean, I'm sorry, but she doesn't fully respect Eve, and Eve has just been there through thick and thin for Jean as well. So I really don't get it. I think certain families like the Slaters, Mitchells, if you're not blood related, then you're not related at all. And it's just up until now, and Phil Mitchell's age, where we see that he's given a good role as a stepfather to Kat's kids. I think 20 years ago it could have been a different story. He'll probably see it as it's not his kids, and he doesn't really have to play much of a part to that. Anyway, I'm going off on one. So I do think that Eve did the right thing, and yeah, I hope she really heals now. And on top of that, what really bugs me is Theo just hanging around there like a bad smell, and he just always happens to be there. No one's questioning how he got to know the Slaters so quickly, and how come he's so involved in the Slaters business. And in this case, it's not even the Slaters business, it's Eve's business. I don't know, I just think someone needs to check him, and Suki's obviously there. I reckon Suki's gonna slowly become suspicious of Theo, because he's the one that's persuaded Kaz to go to the police station until Stacey stopped her. Awful character, but great actor in real life, and I do hope Stacey treats her better now, and I hope she keeps it consistent. And like I said previously, I hope Eve moves out of the Slaters. It's not really a home for her. I know money's not really great for them, the Slaters and Eve, but I don't know, because obviously she is working for Stacey. I really wish that her license to practice law was reinstated. I just really want to see Eve win without kind of depending on the Slaters, and also just being the Slaters like skivvy. Let me know what you think about that, guys, because I really do find that topic really interesting. Just the whole process in their relationship. I really hope good things come for Eve. We also found out that Peter checked his mum's phone. There's a voice message from Anna, also a text. He was really curious until he read the voice message, or heard the voice message, and then Ian walked in trying to convince him or shut him up, basically. Just classic Ian reaction, just saying, it's no one, or then he had to admit it, basically, because Peter was onto him. And Peter just somehow just knew his father's a bit of a weasel, and the reason why he's stopping everyone going to Walford is because of that, because Cindy's ex gonna be there, which is George. I think Ian's digging himself a big hole, because I think kids are one of those things, especially if it's your partner's kids, and you happen to meddle, then your partner will find it very difficult to forgive you, and overall it's gonna kind of destruct your relationship, I guess. And don't forget, this is a very raw topic for Cindy, the Knights, George, his daughters, and the fact that Ian's kind of blocked them from getting to know each other for a couple of months or a month. It's quite bad of him. And I don't know, I just feel like, if anything, he's going to push Cindy further into George's arms, and he just done himself more of it. Whereas if he was just kind of relaxed about it and never tried any of this scheming, things would have worked out for him, and I think Cindy would have loved him even more. But I don't know what the whole thing is going to go on for Ian. But I do think that George probably has some feelings for Cindy as well, because we can always see Linda's mum's reactions. Elaine, when she always sees that the topic arises of George's ex, and the girl's mum, basically, you can just tell, like, Elaine's always uncomfortable, and she's always questioning George, and George has to say there's nothing there, he's only doing this for the girls. I don't know. I really hope the comeback. And obviously we saw Peter going to the Vic. He was really chuffed to see his half sisters. I don't know if what's going to go down with Bobby when Anna finds out that Lucy was actually her half sister and Bobby's obviously killed her. Yeah, granted, it was an accident, but I do think that's going to impact their relationship a bit, because obviously that's all she's going to see. But she's going to want to know Peter a bit. Let's not forget, Peter also has a bit of a kind of like a love-hate relationship with Bobby, his brother. So I do think Bobby's going to feel left out, because obviously now the siblings, Peter, Gina and Anna, they might get together. By the way, guys, this is just me going off on zero spoilers. This is just my own kind of gathering and understanding. I don't like spoilers. It just ruins things, especially when you're trying to watch a good episode of Eastenders. Let me know what you think of today's episode. A lot's happened and it was very interesting. A lot's going on. I do like the scenes in France. Let me know what you think, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as well. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to discuss. Bernie. Bernie cracks me up. Her in the cafe when Yolandi's ex Anton came along the scene and he tried to square up with Patrick. I just find it very awkward. I do think that Yolandi's a bit of an odd character here. She always says she loves Patrick, but she's always dabbled with other people, and the fact that she's always stringing Patrick along, always. Like, even when I was a kid, I remember Yolandi. She was like, Patrick loved Yolandi more than Yolandi loved Patrick, basically. And the fact that her ex Anton's here, and you can tell. And when Anton laid the offer on the table, saying that he'll be waiting, you can tell Yolandi's thinking about it. And the fact that obviously Anton's more physically more taller, more strong and younger looking than Patrick, I do think he might be a part to play. I don't know, I just don't trust Yolandi. I don't really like her as a character, but I really like her as an actress. Let me know what you think, guys. Take it easy. Peace.